Attempt by drug traffickers to export parcels of methamphetamine, popularly called Mary, locally concealed in cornflakes, punks, and body cream containers to Malaysia and Australia have been foiled by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) at Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, and a courier company in Lagos. As a result, two freight agents, Nejin Nona and Hector Barnabas, involved in the bid to export the 9 parcels of methamphetamine weighing 1.45 kg through the narco export shed of the MMIA on Wednesday, 15th June 2022, have been arrested. Now, joining us live from Abuja to talk more is Mr. Femi Babafemi, NDLEA Director, Media and Advocacy. Mr. Babafemi, thanks for joining us on Galaxy Television News. Now, more insight on the toll-free line your organization just launched.
Well, it's something that has not been officially, that has not been officially opened, but then the process has been ongoing. I'm sure in a number of days that would be formally made available to members of the public. But basically, what that is supposed to do is to allow quite a number of drug users or those who are having problems with drug use disorder who may not want to come out to the open because of the fear of persecution or stigmatization. That will give them a channel or a platform to seek help, meaning that from the comfort of their homes, they can make calls to this line. The line, which is toll-free, will run 24/7, and at the back end, there will have experts in various fields, related fields, especially in counseling, in psychotherapy, in psychology, in psychiatry, and other related areas, so that they can offer help to them, advise them, counsel them, and guide them. That way, the problem a lot of them have been dealing with over time, the barrier would have been removed, because a number of them fear if they go openly to a public rehab center, a counseling center, somebody will see them and they'll probably, oh, this one is a drug addict, this one is a drug user, and all those kind of stigmatization. So that is basically to remove that. That is one. Two, that center would also serve as an avenue or a means for people to also anonymously give information to the agency on areas where drugs are being sold or peddled in their neighborhood, in their community. So it's going to be serving a dual purpose of, one, providing help for those that need help, drug users that need help, and two, as a channel for passing information across to
Now,
the
your
NDLEA.
agency is at the forefront of advocacy for drug tests and politicians who want to contest elections. Are you still going ahead with your plan?
Well, definitely. I'm glad you said in your statement, in your question, that it's an advocacy. It's not a law for now. But then, just like we have people testing for HIV/AIDS, people testing for genotype when they want to get married, even though that is not in our law, it's not a requirement for getting married, that is legally. But then people out of interest go for that. So also we are advocating that not only for political office seekers, but for students, those who are going into the school for the first time, those who are returning students, who are returning to school. Beyond that, we're also pushing this for those who are seeking who are seeking for jobs, that is job seekers, either in private or in public sectors, or those who are aspiring to be anything in our society, so that The whole essence of this is not to frustrate them or not to frustrate their aspiration or ambition, but then to be able to know their status, to know so that we can help can get to them quickly. Because, for instance, if you have an ailment and you are not treating that ailment, it gets worse. For instance, some people, their own treatment could be at the level of counseling, and if that does not come to them early enough, if there is no testing to discover or to determine whether they abuse drugs or not, they may not know their status at that point, and over time, before you know it, they may slip into addiction. And when they become dependent, then a lot of health complications may arise, and then the worst will happen.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Mr. Femi Babafemi.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
That is Femi Babafemi, NDLEA Director Media.